Welcome to Somerset Showcase. We're coming to you today from beautiful Pierce Beach, and we're here to talk to Somerset Recreation Director Barry Fontaine. Barry, this is your time of year. Starting today through the summer, you're going to have just tons of activities.
This is the fun part. We work all winter long, all fall and winter with little things and getting staff ready and getting the beach ready, getting our all-day summer program going, trips. It's just, with hopefully COVID behind us, we're starting to see, the fruits of our labor, so to speak. We've added a lot of different things to our parks and our playgrounds. So, yeah, this is the fun part about recreation. People say to me all the time, like, well, so what do you do all day long? And I said, I get to have fun every day, and then you have good people working with you, so it works out well.
So what should we start with? What do you want to talk about for this summer? You want to start with the concerts, the all-day program?
Yeah. So beach? since we're here at beautiful Pierce Beach, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, June 29th, we kick off. This is the first time we're kicking off our summer with a pre-concert with everybody's favorite Toe Jam Puppet Band. They'll be here from 6 to 8, and that will kick off our summer concert series that will last until the middle of August, sponsored by Rockland Trust and a few other sponsors as well. So we'll be every Wednesday night, weather permitting, from 6 to 8. Pick a Wednesday and you won't be disappointed.
And you have all different types of music. You have my 80s music. You have the community band from Swansea.
I'm excited about that. We were asked about the Swansea Community Band to come in. It's a 30-piece orchestra. It's a little something different that we've had. We try to bring a couple of new bands in every year, and then we have some old favorites that we do a year. We skip a year. We'll have a favorite of ours back in the day, local guy Tim Nowicki. If we can get them off the cruise ships.
Yeah, those guys have been very
They're
successful.
very busy, and they're good to us here in Somerset. Steve Meehan's band Deja Blue, he's done a few different concerts in town. Double Shot with Herm Baumbach. We also have one of the very first concerts we had when I was here, a young, talented singer, Jesse Liam Band. Him and his dad, it's a duo. We'll have them, and so we have. It sounds like it's a new band called the Rainflowers, but it's really not a new band. If you're a Beatles fan, it's the old Nowhere Men will be performing here. They just changed the name of their band, so we're excited about our concert series each year. And if you see signs around town that's promoting the concerts, it's funny. We were getting the signs out earlier this year, and a couple weeks ago it was a nice Wednesday night, and so people would call the offices and they said, "So what band's playing tonight?" And we're like, "Oh, we haven't started yet." So we had to take the signs back down and we put them back up. So it's exciting, our concert series sponsored by Rockland Trust. We also have other sponsors, the Progressive Club, Gus's Pizza, Rep Haddad. I'm probably going to miss a few, but if you go on our website, townofsomerset.org, go to our playground recreation page, and it has a listing of all our concerts and any of our programs. If you go to our web site, we'll be able to handle that, all the information for those concerts as well.
And it's nice to be able to put a lawn chair out here, a blanket, and just sit and watch the game. And you're going to have food trucks where people can get refreshments. Yep. So it's a nice night.
We have a few food trucks. We don't inundate it with it because it's a short show. But we have Gus's Pizza. We also have Tim's Barbecue Ribs. We also have the Swansea Somerset Youth Soccer food truck. Fred Booth has been very good to us over the years to get a nice hot dog, and then we also do popcorn, and we have drinks as well. So and we also have Frank Martin with the ice cream truck as well too. So it's small, but we try to have enough for the people here, and we do some giveaways. We have some giveaways, and also tomorrow night we'll also be introducing our counselors for our all-day summer program. It will be Meet the Counselors Night. So if you haven't signed up for our all-day summer program and you have questions about our summer program, that would be a good time to meet some of the counselors and pick a week or two and sign up for that.
And you're going to have a surprise announcement coming at some point.
I hope tomorrow night we'll have a surprise announcement coming up for an old program that we have done in the past that we're going to try to revitalize later on in the summer. So, you know, we're our fingers are crossed that we'll be able to pull it off.
How about the all-day summer program and what you have planned for that this year? Some of the trips.
Yep. Our all-day summer program, we start that next week on the 5th of July, and we do 7 weeks. It's held at O'Neill Playground. We transform that park into our summer program, and we set up 2 large tents courtesy of Jam Rentals. Now with the playground that was moved from Wilbur School that's over there, we have a different theme every week. The first week is show us your spirit in kind of commemoration of the 4th of July holiday week. And so each week, again, if you go on our website, we will be able to see the different themes of the week. We plan on going to Cape Ron Park Zoo in Attleboro, going to Yagoo Water Slides in Exeter, Rhode Island, Legion Bowl in Cranston, Rhode Island. We're also going to a park in Colt State Park as well. And so we have different things. We also have each week a trip, and then each week we also have a performer coming in, a magician, a juggler, a bike rodeo guy coming in, and so we're excited about. Again, we've pretty much have done our program through the pandemic, and our staff has been dedicated through the past couple of years, and we've seen a big transformation in our staffing and also our ability to actually do some of the things we like to do with the kids here in town. We do also take people from outside of Somerset too, at an additional cost. Oh yeah, and one of the trips we have the Plymouth Cruises too, so that's one of our popular ones as well. So you get a chance to go out on a boat, and they have an ice cream social on the boat. So it's too bad I can't go on all these trips, but it's always just fun, and to see the kids. And I always tell our counselors, I said, listen, you know, between the beach and between the all-day summer program, I hate to be stuck in the office in the summertime. So you might see me just pop in, and I may take over the camp for an hour or so just to give you a break. And we always do some surprise things for the kids as well, with some popsicles, freeze pops. Sometimes we have an invited guest come over and just drop off something, surprise for the kids. And we're ready for in case of rain. People say, oh, what do you do in case of rain? Well, we have those 2 large tents, and if it's not too bad, we can handle that. But we also have secured the Wilbur School, the middle school, to be able to house us, to be able to do it in case of rain. But we still, if it rains, sometimes we call up Fisher Bus. They're one of our sponsors as well, and they come up and they'll give us a bus, and we'll do a mystery ride, and we'll go someplace as a mystery ride. So you never know where we end up.
And you have a lot of good local kids who work at the camp as counselors.
We do, and it's funny because we know we only get a chance to keep a few of the kids for a few years, and they move on, but they come back and they help out. They want to help with training, or they want to help out with interviews and stuff. So we have a nice blend of kids that work, here at the park. As you can see, the hats. We always talk to the kids about being visible. So I said, I always like to wear a bucket hat. So So I said, let's get some bucket hats and we'll get you out there and people will know who to see in case they need some help. We've been inundated here at the park with birthday parties, private events so far. Already three birthday parties and a private event. So, you know, we're busy. We're busy. And the weather has been very cooperative.
People have to book those private events, right?
Right. Again, it's on our website. If you want to do a private event, contact us, and we try to do like one, a day if we can. We don't try to let the double book. It's mainly on the weekends, but we've had a couple during the week. We are going to have a local YMCA coming 3 times this year to in the middle of the week for part of their program because of the Big Red Slide and our playground, and it's a nice area. So on a Tuesday or so, we try to keep it on Tuesday. We try to stay away from Wednesdays with our concerts and Thursdays with rain days. So we try to maximize our time we have. This is a small park, but it's a doable park. People like the fact that there's not a lot of waves here. We're on Taunton River. We test the water every week, and knock on wood, we've done a good job so far as testing. Okay, so it's a nice venue to have. We've transformed this park with the 2 playgrounds and the Big Red Slide and the canopy for our concerts. So, it takes a little work, but with the help of a lot of different people, and I can't say enough of the work with the highway department that comes by prior to us getting our summer staff here. They take care of the trash, and they take care of the grass mowing and any special projects that we have. They're quick to help us out. So, they have their blizzard all winter with all the snowstorms and stuff. This is our blizzard time, in the summer, and they're quick to be able to help us out along with all the other duties that they have as well. So can't say enough about the highway department and what they do for us.
And one of my favorite events is on the 4th of July. Can you tell me about that one?
Yes, our annual 4th of July road race, the Billington Family 5K. We start bright and early in the morning. It's a beautiful laid out course, 5K, starting here right at the corner of South Street and Riverside, and it travels to right along Riverside, along the water, and it traverses through down to Washington Street and back to the park. It's a small event. We get about anywhere from 120 to 130 runners each year. We have some, again, sponsors for that race as well. Steve Billington, who's the family, the race is named after his brother and his family. Always there to help us out with the volunteers that we have as well. So you can register. You go on the website. There's a online registration, or if you kind of like George waits till the day of the race.
I've been meaning to.
Yeah.
I'll be signing up soon. But
the weather looks good. The advanced weather forecast looks good for the 4th of July, and we get started right around 8:30, and you're done and home, ready to barbecue with the family for the rest of the day, somewhere around 11 o'clock. And it's a good segue because we'll have signs out that the park itself won't be open to the public for the day until noontime that day. So we get the races out of here, and then we start open up for the day, and that's usually a busy day as well too. So that's one of the fun times is our 5K road race on the 4th of July, and look forward to having people come out. People can walk, they run. It's a nice day to be out, with family and friends as you start off that holiday.
And you also have some individual programs too. You get the community service, the leadership program. You get the Zumba over at the
Oh boy, the Zumba. Let's start with the Zumba first. The Zumba class with Tracy. She's done a great job taking over the Zumba class at Old Town Hall, and we decided they're going to keep them inside this year in the summer, and we've got some air conditioners for them at Old Town Hall. That's on Tuesdays and Thursday nights. It's $30 for the month. And they keep on trying to get me to go over there. I said, but I'm kind of busy in the summertime, so sooner or later I'm going to have to go and bite the bullet and take one of the Zumba classes, because they average about 30 people in the class now, which is nice. And
They really move in that class. I've seen.
they do a great job. Tracy does a wonderful job over there. So again, you can register with Tracy on a Tuesday. We start the first class starts on Tuesday the 5th of this month. It's $30 for the month, and it's a good way to meet some other individuals as well. So that starts on July 5th, the next class for July, and then we'll also do it in August. And then you mentioned the Somerset Community Leaders. This program is a brand new program. We always talk about trying to do something with middle school kids, and we always talk about community leaders and people who volunteer in the community. And I got to give a plug out to our commissioners, and our commissioners. They keep me on my toes and keep me going. And our newest commissioner, Jen Gaw, we were talking about community spirit and community leaders, and she is certainly taking the bull by the horn. And we kind of come up with this new program for kids in the 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. If they want it to be on Tuesday, starting July 12th. We have a class that's starting where they're going to meet and talk about volunteering in the community, and also giving back to the community and getting some their community service hours for graduation out of the way. You have to have 20 hours of community service to graduate from Somerset Berkeley High School, and there's some people say, well, gee, that's not enough. There should be more. And but if everybody did 20 hours, right away, it's contagious. And some people they do more than 20 hours, and it's a good thing to put on their college resumes and just getting an idea of who these kids are. And it helps us out too, because what happens is we see these kids and we say, hey, in a couple of years, I want that kid working for me. So when we do our interviews in April for our summer help, last year, we had one of our kids. One of the things that impressed me the most was the fact that for graduation, he did over 1,200 hours of community service, and so Liam Anderson is heading that program up with Jackie Rosario, who's another person who's worked with us at the camp here at the beach, special events. And they're both up in college up in Maine. And so they've been talking about this, when they have nothing to do up in Maine. And so they came back, and they've been really hard putting this together. The kids had to apply. They've actually applied and sent a letter for an acceptance. We sent out acceptance letters to the kids starting on the 12th. So we have 5 kids in the program. We may be able to see if we can get a couple more in. If people haven't heard about it, we can try and get them in. Part of the program is going to be going out into the community, doing some community service in different places. So if there's a business out there or a nonprofit that needs somebody with community service, or if there's some elderly people or senior citizens in town that need some help, we certainly can utilize the talents of these kids. And as an incentive for this program, a couple of things that we're going to do is send them on a trip to the Berlin, Mass, to the trees rope course for little team building, leadership building, and we'll work doing that. And then at the very end, the last day, they'll do a trip to a park in Connecticut, Lake Compounds. That's kind of rewarded, but the problem is it's so far away. That will be one trip that I'll go on, so they'll have to listen to me for a little bit, because as you can see, I don't mind talking about something that we like to do, and of the kids that we have already accepted into the program, all of these kids have been part of one program or another in Somerset Recreation. So, you know, I just, like, they're in limbo time because they're not old enough to work for us yet. So, but I'm excited about the staff we have. This year people talk about lifeguards and not having lifeguards. We always worry about not having lifeguards, but this year we have 8 lifeguards. It's the most lifeguards we've ever had, and we're looking to start a little water safety program later in the summer with our lifeguards to talk about water safety and kind of introduce water safety and junior lifeguarding with that. So look for an announcement on that. That's not the big announcement yet, but that's something that, you know, I did when I was the recreation director in Narragansett. We had a strong junior lifeguard program, and we were able to get kids to think about it and then kind of perpetuate always having enough lifeguards. And what we do is, when we send the kids to the lifeguard course, if they work for us from Memorial Day to Labor Day, we pay for half their class. So it's an expensive class to take, but, you know, then we do some in-service training with them as well. So it's kind of my background prior to coming into recreation, you know, with aquatics and stuff. But
you're in the Rhode Island, what is it, the Rhode Island Swimming Hall of Fame?
I am. I was inducted into the Rhode Island Aquatic Hall of Fame back in 2014. You know, it's funny because I was inducted in 2014 thinking my career in aquatics was all over. And then in 2016, I got recruited back into, I coached swimming at Rhode Island College, the women's swim team at Rhode Island College. So that keeps me busy too in the winter months.
Is there any way they could ever do swim lessons back here on the beach or not?
Well, I think that we're going to try to look at doing this water safety program first, and then we could. I know that I have the perfect person that I want to try to get to do that, and she used to be a long-time lifeguard many years ago, and I hear when she finally retires from the town that she's going to have some time on her hands. Dolores Bentz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she used to be a lifeguard here, so I said, "Oh, when you retire, you can come and help teach swim lessons."
Well, she just moved. She lives right down the street.
She can walk right here. You know, she'll kill me for saying that, but yeah, that is something that I'd like to do. You know, there's so many plans that we like to try to do in recreation. But it's fun planning this stuff, and you know, we have a good group of recreation commissioners that serve us well, serve the town very well, and again, they keep me on my toes, and you know, and can we do this? Can we do that? And when we have our meetings, as you know, sometimes they last longer than the selectmen
yes, I've been to some of those meetings.
And because there's so much that we can talk about. So, you know, it's always fun, and I like being able to talk about this because, you know, it's something that people just don't know what we do, and unless they're involved in either the tennis program or they're involved in field hockey. This will be the first summer we're not doing the field hockey camp. Jen Crook did one in the spring, and we are going to be doing tennis lessons for grades 6 to 8 on Thursday night starting July 9th, and then on the 11th, on the Saturday, July 11th, we'll be doing the younger kids right at the high school court. So we also have adult tennis lessons on Thursday nights as well. So it's busy. It's busy.
Don't you also have someone who does yoga or Pilates here at the beach?
Well, she did, one of the residents who lives on South Street, Kali Munjan. She does yoga at the top. And I believe she does them on Wednesdays. You know, she has her own page. It's not through us, but she does it right on the Bluffs as well. But she did do it for us for a year, and then we kind of advertise it for her as well. But it's not really through us, it's through her group together.
And you're continuing to update the playgrounds in town. You just got another CPA approved for fun.
Yes, CPA, Community and Preservation Act, through the generosity of the voters here in Somerset, we've been able to transform a lot of our playgrounds in our parks and upgrade some of the facilities. This year we're going to tackle, now that we're getting into July, we'll be tackling the South Complex playground. You know, one of the first things I saw when I came to work here back in 2013 was the playground right on Reed Street with the swings, the merry-go-round, and the slide. I'm like, okay, all right, that's something. And that was one of the first ones that I wanted to try and do, because that's one when you come into town you see right away. So we're going to be moving that into where the old tennis court was, adjacent to where the basketball court is, and we're going to have a state-of-the-art, you know, inclusive playground there. So we're going to have to go out to bid on that soon. We still have the Save Our Bay group still has their basketball court and tennis court that is going to go out to bid soon for that. Theirs down at O'Neill Field. We'll probably as soon as we get our camp done, we'll probably be able to do that. This will give us some time to do it right. And then we also have some other unfinished projects to replace the backstop at O'Neill Field. That's part of an old grant as well. But yeah, so we're excited, and we're going to be transforming the baseball field at Pottersville to make that into a small baseball field instead of the large baseball diamond. So we'll be able to do that as well. So yeah, it's always nice to know that fund actually helps us do some different things, and we've been able to over the years we've been able to replenish our beach sand. One of the things that we're going to do this year is we're going to put some sand dune fencing up along the beach, so we don't lose all our sand onto the beach. So you know, it's exciting. It really is exciting that we'll be able to do that sort of things, and hopefully we're working on with the selectmen working on a new playground at Waterfront Park as well. So that's needed. And
that's going to be a neat looking one. Is it going to be the pirate ship design you had?
We're looking to use that. That was one of the designs we have. We're going to go out to bid on that, and that's we've had a lot of interest with the different vendors for that. So it will be very competitive, I thought, with the fact that, you know, there's a lot of controversy about the location of it, but you know, you look at, we're here out in the sun, you know, parents usually they spend anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, and they don't want to sit out in the sun, so we do have some shade over there as well. People who go out and they launch their boats and then they bring their boats back in, if they have kids, they can say, go play in the playground for 20 minutes, and then, you know, they can get their boat either launched or brought back in. So kind of helping people out along the way. We've seen a lot of people, not that it has to do with the Playground and Recreation Department, we've been putting up new benches in town, the Memorial Bench Program. In September we're going to be dedicating a bench to the whole town administrator, John McAuliffe, his brother and family. We've already installed one of the benches right adjacent to the old secretary Georgette at Waterfront Park.
Yeah, they work together.
Yeah, so they work together. So we figured we could do that with them, and he's also bought another bench too to put down, because he knows his brother liked being down by the waterfront. So if anyone's interested in a memorial bench, you know, in anywhere in one of our playgrounds or parks, they can contact us, and it takes usually 4 to 6 weeks for a bench to come in, and it works out really well. So, and we can certainly take all the requests that we need to do.
All right, anything else you want to let people know about the summer for the recreation activities, or?
I think we're good. As you said, we within the next week or so, maybe, hopefully, maybe even maybe tomorrow night at our first concert. I think definitely by next week's first concert that we have with Double Shot, we'll be able to make a nice announcement for later in August, and then we also are going to be doing our on September 17th as part of we do Spirit of Somerset that weekend. We're going to have the Soapbox Races again, and we just ordered some new Soapbox race kits, so it works out well. It works out well.
Those are always really cute to watch.
Yeah. Oh, it's again. And if anyone's ever in my office, there's a plaque on my office wall that says "Best job in the world," and it really truly is. I've been blessed with doing this for close to 40 years, but not here in Somerset. But being able to take ideas from different places and utilize things, and sometimes it works in one community and not in another. But I love being here in Somerset, and it's a great town to work in, and hopefully people will come out to visit us at one of our events this summer. And beach passes, if you want to get a season beach pass, you can stop in the town hall Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4. A nice thing to remember is if you come here, some people haven't been here for years, and all of a sudden they come back and they say, "Oh wow, oh." So don't listen to the comments you see on Facebook. A lot of times people haven't been here for years, and but they come here and all of a sudden they're surprised. And so if they take their pass they get for the day, they actually can go to the office and get a reduction on their season passes, $35 for a resident, and $70 for a non-resident for the season. That goes right till Memorial Day. And so far we've already taken in more revenue this year, close to $2,500 more this year already before we even get to 4th of July. So people are coming out. People want to get out, and with the gas prices, they don't have to go too far to be at a beach where they don't have to worry about loud music, and roughhousing and stuff like that. We have lifeguards here and plenty of shade. We have this one couple that comes every morning for coffee, and they sit here and they have their coffee at the picnic table or the bench, just looking out the water, or they go to the waterfront. They have a gazebo down at the waterfront now. So there's a lot of wonderful places in here in town, and that people can utilize. And we did forget one program, the community crew, the volunteer group with Jen Gaw. If you're interested in helping out and being part of this community crew, it's a group of volunteers that each month there's an event each month. They just did a project in front of Old Town Hall that you reported on. They've replaced some old shrubs, and with the help of Somerset Nursery, revitalized that area. So if you're driving by Old Town Hall, you'll see the work of the volunteers from that community grew. And we have our junior commissioner, Robbie Gaw. He's 8 years old, so his job is to water the flowers. So that's what we give him that job to do. He's even more. He keeps me on my toes more than the rest of the community.
I've noticed. I've talked to Robbie before.
So it's good to have kids like that in the community that take an active role.
Very enthusiastic.
Very good. So, George, I just wanted to thank you for inviting me here today to talk about something that I like to do every day. So it's a pleasure.
Well, people should know about everything going on during the summer.
Great.
So thank you for tuning in to Somerset Showcase. Come down to Pierce Beach this summer. There's so many great things going on down here, or just enjoy the beach.